This is a very fine kettle, my friends.
Yeah, kettle. That's nice, boss lady.
You have made 3 different promises, competing promises, to 3 different people.
It's what I had to do surviving out on the streets. It's what I'm doing here to survive. And Darwin actually seems agitated.
I think we should honor the goblins.
We are gonna do that. They seem the nicest. But I don't want to wrong the kobolds either. The dragon, as long as we don't die, we can wrong her.
Alright, the session is started in maps if you guys would like to hop in.
I
actually would not like to DM. What are you going to do about that?
Describe it in great detail to you and move your character around. And maybe or maybe not have the white dragon wyrmling target you first. Not that I would ever target you.
I am still worried on how this is gonna go, because I walked into the room right before we ended.
That seems to be...
You, mind you.
I walked into the room.
And Meepo went in.
Meepo's dead.
Meepo did not.
That's technically where we left off, though. I will be honest. That's like no one else had gone in. He had just died, and then we pretty much ended.
Yep, I walked in right before we ended too, and I was like, uh-oh. Darwin might not make it too much longer, guys. I'm sorry about it.
I have an idea, but it's gonna be risky.
It's better than my idea of not communicating and just pushing Meepo in.
So that's a good place to pick it up, and it seems you guys have self-recapped. Thank you. Meepo the deceased hero. Meepo the deceased hero and decapitated hero as well is lying on there. The top of his neck is completely frozen over from the dragon bite.
There's no way I could do spare the dying?
Not with that. There is way too much damage for one hit for a kobold.
I can't like hold the head to the body and try to do spare the dying.
The head is in the stomach. It was eaten.
Well,
You're saying this as if I'm not going to retrieve the head from said stomach, okay?
Let's fucking
play. Let's fucking play.
Right, guys.
You are absolutely welcome to try to do what you wish with the dead body. But let me tell Darwin what he sees real quick as we'll pick it up. So, in the room where she jumped from into your line of sight, there's a piled up bunch of treasures and urns, and it looks like a little dragon figure. It's like she almost collected things into a corner. Meepo is lying there headless, and she is very proud of herself, talking about how she hates kobolds and about how she wishes all kobolds were dead, and she's strutting around kind of in a circle, and her back haunches are shaking back and forth like a cat. And that's where we will pick up with Darwin coming into the room.
I'm right behind him too.
And Baliana behind.
If we hear the crunch, I'll be moving up too.
Howdy, how are you, big guy, gal? Was he delicious?
Halcrix looks at you and says, "If only all kobolds could be decapitated so easily, a world without kobolds, and only me, the dragon queen of everybody."
I got an idea. How about you don't eat us, because I'm not a kobold, I'm a lizard. And we can get you out of here and away from those kobolds.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, please be good. Please be good.
Or he had a plan too.
I have a plan too.
13.
Her chest pops out and she sits back on her hind legs and she says, "Bow before me, as all should bow before their dragon masters. Bow or be eaten."
Darwin just bows immediately and looks at Bailey on it like, what do I do?
Your Grace.
She looks at you. One bows before their grace.
She quickly bows.
Yes.
The Kobold Queen has mentioned that you were kidnapped by the goblin.
Kidnapped before I was born. My egg thrust into a kobold nest to be raised by filthy, disgusting kobolds.
Wait a minute. Your egg was stolen by...
Do you think one as perfect as me would ever willingly be captured by them? Absolutely not.
You know, that kind of makes a lot of sense. Darwin just kind of picks his head up.
Well...
And now, I'm the queen of this castle.
Well, we still got the goblins all around you. They ain't gonna be
Your
too
Majesty.
liking that idea.
Yes, we need to kill the goblins. All of them. Especially the bugbear that drug me here and put me in chains.
Would you like for us to help you?
You help me? Preposterous. I
Would you
am here
like
to help
to-
you. Master
that.
and servant
Oh,
style.
please. I didn't hear that part. Sorry.
Master and servant.
Well, we will
Well-
proudly serve as long as we can get rid of these goblins.
As
Get some
well,
fancy thingy-ma-do. I don't remember what we're getting.
we're...
And get out of here.
She holds out her dragon paw to you in a gesture.
Hesitantly, Darwin just kind of takes it. And is it okay if he, kind of pokes his head out and says, "Hey, guys, I got a new boss."
Your Highness.
Yes, your lowness. Now, where
Well,
is the tribute? Everybody brings dragon tribute.
Before you get to tribute, the reason why my companions and I are here, and also likely to rescue you, we're here to find this gem, seeds of germite.
You're here not for me, to be my faithful servant.
Well,
No, but that's a happy coincidence that we came here, so now we can be.
as well, but the goblins have the seeds.
I care nothing about goblins other than they die. Now, I ask
Here's-
again, what tribute have you brought the Dragon Queen?
Give me a second.
Her butt, she stands up again, her butt shakes like a lion getting ready to pounce.
How about 3 gold pieces or 4 and 2 silvers included? I don't got much, Your Highness.
She backs up a couple steps and she says, "Put your tribute on the pile and see if it is pleasing to me, queen of all dragonkind."
Okay, so Darwin just kind of puts down 4 gold pieces and 2 silver.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, so how do I do it with advantage again?
Right click and it will give you the option of advantage, regular, or disadvantage.
Alright, there we go. Is that with advantage? No, that was just a plain up. Hold up, let me...
You can roll it again, or you could just let the 17 stand. Go ahead and roll it again.
I'm gonna ask the party. Do you think I should roll again or keep it?
I mean, either way, that's your base. You've got at least a 17. You could get higher.
Oh, always roll again.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna roll again. I'm glad I rolled again.
Yeah.
With the 23, she looks and she says, "You may pass through once, if you make a promise to me."
A promise? Of course. What can I promise you, Your Highness?
Clear out everything that is not dragon or sworn to me, and then we will be rulers, and you are my subjects, and everybody will worship me as dragon queen and mistress and lady of the winter skies.
Well, of course, we can do that for someone as beautiful as you. And he bows again. At this point, he kind of understands that he is trying to flatter the dragon, but not forcing it out. Just kind of like, yeah, we'll do it.
All four paws kind of take their turn bouncing up, and she spins in a circle like a happy dog, somehow drunk on her own power, like this room has given her some kind of ego boost. She points towards the door, and she says, "Your task is destroy them all. If any are spared, I will find you. And
I have one more question, Your Highness.
Question? You question me?
No, I have a question about if I can do something for you.
More gold?
I can give you at least 2 more gold if that pleases you, but I want to try to get...
She looks at you when you said that like you're holding out, and her eyes go wide and little white swirls come in her nostril.
I only have 3 gold, Your Highness. I can give that to you, but then I will have nothing more.
Add it to the pile.
And
Do you think you deserve 3 gold while I have none? Absurdities.
Well, maybe this next thing I gotta say will please you. Maybe instead of getting rid of the kobolds, we can make them your slaves instead of them enslaving you.
Make a persuasion roll at disadvantage, because when you say instead of them enslaving you, you can see a little bit of an outrage spark in her eyes.
Okay, rolling. 9.
Darwin.
She looks and she says, "Choose words carefully, young, older than me, lizard folk."
Yes, Your Highness, I'm sorry. Bailiana, how would you more elegantly, with fancier words, put it?
She comes over, Darwin, and she starts sniffing at you. What does Darwin smell like? Out of curiosity, what does Darwin smell like?
He
Weirdest
smells
question of
kind
the
of
day.
like... You would just he smells kind of like a street rat, but slightly cleaned up, but not enough to truly matter. He smells, for things with heightened smells, he smells like the town he came from, but for everybody else, he just smells like a normal person. Just a little bit dirty.
She starts sniffing around silently as you talk. Go ahead and continue talking.
I don't remember what I was saying.
The big dragon smelling, you might have that effect.
Alright.
Bailiana, how would you put it?
Well, how I would play it. As you wished for us to increase your hoard.
Yes,
So-
you're right. You should increase my hoard. You've contributed nothing.
Well, let me contribute, and if I may, can I speak more?
With proper deference.
Of course. As she bows. I know it's not much. As she gives about 20 gold to the pile.
Ooh, very nice. Make a perception check as you put money in the pile. With a 10, you basically see as described. There's a jade figurine that's a dragon. There's goblets. There's vases. Let's give you this. There is the edge of what looks like a scroll case.
Hmm? I wonder what that is. As her attention goes back to the dragon.
Who's very happily just kind of shaking its butt and looking at you. That was a very generous offering that you've made. Very good. Now tell the other two out there to give their proper deference as well. Pay me my gold, kill me my goblins and kobold, and be gone. Let no one live.
Darwin quickly rushes out. We got a new mission. We're gonna still kill the goblins, but we're gonna get glory from a dragon. You just gotta give a little bit of gold to not die.
Calcrix yells behind you, glory from the Queen of Dragons, Lady of the White Sky.
Your Grace? Would you be so kindly if you could possibly aid us in some way?
She looks at you questioningly.
Ignore that. That's just my own hairy monster in the background. I'm not sure if you can hear the barking.
That's fine. Mine's tearing up her new bed in the other room.
Right. If we kill these goblins, would you be able to help us in some way to find this particular seed? That way, we could able to bring you more hoard and be able to harvest the fruit from it.
She looks at you and she says, I don't care about seeds. I will give you a little more information. Or better yet, I'll tell you where you can find a little bit of information. They've got little captives in a room, a couple rooms over. A little gnome or dwarf or I don't know, you all look alike, all you little things.
Very well, especially how majestic you are.
Yes, I am majestic. Lady of the White Skies, Queen of Dragons.
You're more mightier than... You're the mightiest queen in the whole region. Possibly.
Yes,
all
this
around.
should be my region. You will secure it for me. You have sworn an oath.
Darwin kind of pops in his head a little bit and like, I'll follow my oath so much that one day I swear that either I will die or you will rule all of Faerun.
You have sworn to a dragon. It must be done.
My people, I believe, used to worship you long ago, and I think it's time that we do it again.
Worshipped me, the great queen to come through all ages. Yes, your people have worshipped me specifically.
Darwin just nodding his head.
Now, pay more hoard or be gone.
Guys, it's your turn. I gave Her Majesty everything I got, and I mean everything.
Did you really give everything you got?
Barely long as it looking at... Oh, sorry.
Can I roll for deception?
That was going to be the next thing I was about to say. If you haven't, please roll a deception check.
Let's see, deception. Either this will kill me, or I get to keep something that I found earlier. Where is it? There it is. Is it advantage or anything?
Let's give you advantage since you've done so well so far.
22.
She believes you.
And how much did you give friend Darwin?
7 gold and 2 silvers.
Kin is gonna walk into the room now, having overheard what you guys have done. And you say, Lady of the White Skies, that there will be glory for us here? Glory for the Sky Spear?
For you? No, God, no. Me, Me, glory for me, and at best, a pittance of glory for you.
Remember, glory, you're gonna get some.
There
Darwin's
is no
kind of
glory
like his
except
frill.
through me, the queen.
Darwin's frill is kind of, it's
Well?
down low, but it's kind of shaking a bit.
Your Grace. How would you like to be praised by a whole town?
Yes, a whole town. And if they don't, we could put a hole in their town.
Oh no.
You think wonderfully.
Your Grace. The moment we find that those seeds create a very powerful fruit that able to create powerful life-saving medicine. They'll think you are the most gracious, magnificent dragon of all time if you're able to give us some information of where it's kept by those terrible, disgusting goblins.
Roll a persuasion check.
I have
Yep.
a question after you're done with this, DM.
God, I hope this works. 19!
So before I answer that, what question do you have?
It's also I'm pretty sure it's gonna require checks and stuff. So if you want to finish this, you can.
All right. Bailiana Calcrix says, "Here's what you do to reach the apples. First, go into the hall to the south. The door is locked, but you didn't seem to have any trouble getting in here. And then the northern doors. The northern doors will take you to a hallway, which will lead you down to the one who considers himself ruler of the goblins. Descend into that pit, and you will find this strange, perverse druid who harvests the apples. Beyond that," and she looks at you, and she says, "I'll make you a deal. You get the summer apples, and I'll get the winter apples."
The winter apples?
Yes, they said something about 2 apples. One that grows in winter and one grows in summer. You get one, I get the other.
That does
It's
sound like a
only
fair deal.
appropriate for the White Dragon Queen to get an apple, don't you think?
Of course, especially it would be a likely crown jewel of
Does
the
that
horde.
match the story we've been told about 2 apples a year?
You can either make a history or an insight check.
My history is +0, and that's the better of the 2. 12.
You have not heard of 2 apples. You've only heard of one being sold in the town at midsummer, or a little after midsummer specifically.
And
I
think of-
have an idea. What if we cut the apples in half, so then the dragon gets a half of both apples, and then we also get a half of both apples. Then, if any of us know how to mend anything, then maybe we can mend the apples together and make a hybrid apple. And
That-
then we can take the seeds and hopefully it'll create a hybrid apple that way, and then we can just plant those.
As long as we don't die, I'm happy with it.
That sounds
But
like a good
as
idea.
I'm saying this, can I
But-
size up the dragon? I want to see its health. If it's been locked in here, is it malnutritioned? Is it atrophied? What is the current state of this dragon?
Let's make that. Let's call it a survival check.
Sweet, I'm proficient.
I figured that would be a better
an
choice for you than a
18.
medicine check. The
18.
looks of the white dragon, she doesn't look malnourished. She She doesn't look debilitated in any way. Her actions certainly speak of something with a lot of energy. She had a lot of spring in her step when she took off Meepo's head. And she's just kind of been circling the room almost like she has ADHD.
Okay. As I'm kind of getting this analysis, I'm going to be like circling as I'm going to drop 12 gold pieces into the horde and then be like, so, magical dragon, Calcrix, how does that plan sound? You get a half of both apples, we get half of both apples, and we make on with our merry way.
Make a persuasion check with advantage for adding money to the horde.
Persuasion?
Yes.
Both terrible. 10.
She looks at you and she says, "We'll see. I don't see why your plan would be any better than my plan."
Oh, it's quite...
Not better, just...
I can't...
Better deal.
Oh, but, Your Grace, think of it. If you get both halves of the apples, they'll be absolutely the crown jewel of your horde.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
If this is for the DM, if I'm able to, could I possibly use Bardic Inspiration to kind of help with our persuasions and stuff?
So the way Bardic Inspiration works, you have an amount of charges equivalent to your Charisma modifier, and you can give those out and to whoever, and they have a D6. They have 1d6 per Bardic Inspiration to add on to a roll like a check. So you could spend your Bardic Inspirations here.
I'm gonna only use one of them, but which one of you guys feels like I should give it to? Hold up.
Let me... So it lasts an hour. Then when the creature fails a D20 test, they can roll Bardic Inspiration die and add the number to it. So yeah, you can give it to them, and one person will have a D6 charge that lasts an hour.
I kind of just like look at everybody eyeing up our party, thinking of who I should do it to, because I don't want to use all of it. I start kind of like drumming my fingers on my leg and bobbing my head. It's kind of similar to a parrot, but I'm kind of doing it like nonchalantly, the best I can. And Bailiana or Solo, which one of you guys want to have Bardic Inspiration?
I'm okay either way.
I'm not gonna make that decision for you. It's too meta. You gotta do it yourself. Sorry, mate.
Yep.
I think since Bailiana came in here with Darwin, he's gonna do it on Bailiana, and with that, he's just gonna use Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you.
I think now that you've done that just above the table, I think that's probably the right choice, because Bailiana's doing a lot more talking than most.
Yeah, that's why I kind of actually did it.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
good choice.
what I'm about to do
Great
next is... I'm praying to the dice gods at the moment. Oh, but Your Grace, think of it. Having two halves of both summer and winter roots on will be quite the rarity. Not me. People will have such a plant.
Let me ask you this question: is this a sincere offer, or are you trying to deceive her?
Sincere.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
All right, let me just say the thing and then do the thing. It'll be quite... No other dragon will have such a rarity within their horde.
DM.
Yes.
Oh, fuck me.
Tiny indulgence.
Wait, Bardic Inspiration. What size is that?
It's a D6 at his level.
Right?
What would that be of my level?
That would be okay.
Okay.
5 plus.
So you have a 10 to roll. Kenna, what's your question?
Do you mind if I ask Bailiana to make an insight check?
You go right ahead.
Oh. Go for it.
You roll me an insight check, please, Bailiana.
Oh, sure, Kenna. If you want. I'm not sure what's here. Nat 20.
You're more insightful than you are persuasive, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenna's not really being subtle about it. Kenna is shooting you, like, severe side eye. And you can hear her mumble under her breath. You haven't offered the Sky Spear a single thing. I don't know why this dragon is getting all these little bits of glory. You can give a town to the Sky Spear.
Are you saying this loud, or are you kind of nudging her? Okay.
No, this is like very, very sotto voce. Like you can only hear it because of the 20. Like, but you know that Kenna is bristling at the idea that we are heaping praise on this dragon stuck underground, when she has a very worthy thing for people to worship that she has been parading around in front of you for days now. She's jealous.
Bailiana is just sweaty hearing this. I think, oh.
And Darwin kind of gets it just by looking over, and he's just kind of like, just minding his business, like, I don't know what to say at this point. That won't get us killed.
Alright, what does 10 get me for persuasion?
Calcrix looks at you and she says, here's what we can do. The tree can be my horde, and you can come each season, and I'll give you your reward.
Oh!
But the tree is mine.
Of course.
It is my horde, and you will not touch my horde.
Only with your permission.
When you see the tree, you will mark it as such, and anyone that tries to take its fruit without my permission will be frozen.
Can I whisper something to Kenna real quick? And I mean very much whisper. Of like a... Last time I checked, not all trees have fruits on them.
It's not a death curse.
And that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, Kenna's... Yeah, Kenneth puts 9 gold into the horde and is
Miffed.
still frustrated.
Alright.
I'm just happy that this isn't going how I thought it would.
Calcrix looks around and says, retrieve me my horde of trees.
Well?
Don't show your face to me again without the rewards, the fruits of my labor.
Ignore that. That's one of my alarms.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Bailiana bows. Of course, Your Grace. Queen of the Skies.
Yes, Lady of the White Snow, Queen of the Skies, Dragon of all dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Worshipped by lizard folk for ages past.
Yes, by us lizard folk.
Would you like us to unchain you?
She has already broken her chains. She is moving about the room as she pleases.
Of course, and you'll remain here until we return for your own safety.
Roll. For her own safety. Boy, she looks at you at those choice of words. She shakes her head. For my safety.
Of
The
course.
goblins won't come in here for their safety.
Makes
I'll
sense,
bear
Your
with
Highness.
statement
Why
here.
would they have to worry about... Well, how could they even hurt you?
Yes, but I do have a special task for you. Kill
Oh?
the bugbears. Kill all
bug-
of the bugbears. Make them suffer.
I mean, well, we wouldn't even want them to have the opportunity to tarnish your scales.
Of course.
Yes, find that Balsag. Rip his head off. Bring me his head.
Balsag?
Yes, the bugbear. He is of little consequence. Little consequence. Rip his head off and bring it to me. The death curse, yes. Bring me his death curse.
Ignore.
Darwin's just gonna nod his head and walk towards the door.
We suddenly find ourselves in the world of the Tomb of Annihilation and the Death Curse. I like it.
We'll find the bugbear who dared to insult the great White Queen.
Darwin, if you try to open that door, it is locked.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just kind of backing up towards it.
How would the party like to proceed?
I'm gonna warn the party. Both Darwin and me kind of zoned out a lot, so he knows the important parts of what just happened, but he's very misinformed. He knows that we're killing a bugbear, that the dragon gets the tree, and that we have to kill the goblins. So Darwin's not going to be much help at this part of the decision making.
Tina really wants through that door. She very much wants to leave this room and this dragon behind. She looks over at Bailiana. We will have words later.
Of course.
And approaches the door. You say the door is locked?
The door is locked.
Can Darwin try to do that little trick he did with the knife earlier?
You go ahead. Roll a dexterity check.
All right, let's hope it works. Where is dexterity? Up at the top. Right? Yep. There we go. Please be good. 7.
You do not unlock it. You put your knife in, you start moving it around. You cannot get the lock to click for you.
I have Weaver's tools. I'm not sure that'll help.
Weaver's tools?
Yeah.
Would you like to give him the Weaver's tools? Go ahead and roll again, and this time we'll add your proficiency modifier as you have makeshift thieves tools.
Alrighty, so how do I do that for the proficiency?
Just go ahead and roll the dex check, and we'll add 2 to it.
Alright, because that's 15, 16, 17, 18.
15 is the DC. This time you managed to unclick the lock.
And what did I do it with?
Weaver's tools.
Weaver's.
Okay, so Darwin has no clue what you just handed him, but he just kind of jiggles it around in the lock, trying his best, and it unclicks.
And do you open the door?
Yep.
And we go through, I'm hoping. Because Darwin, although he's keeping his cool, he is terrified of what's going on.
As most things would be.
So he just kind of goes in.
Alright, several torches mounted in crude sconces burn fitfully around this chamber, filling the air with a haze. A double row of marble columns carved with entwining dragons run the length of the hall.
Guys, it's safe. There's nothing that I can see that will hurt us.
There are 4 doors. There's one at the end of the hall, 2 on the northern side, and 1 on the southern.
And Darwin kind of quickly runs up to Kenna. I'm sorry, boss lady. I had to speak quickly.
I close the door.
As might be wise.
Yeah. I'm sorry, boss lady. I had to keep it. I had to say what we could to survive. You might be able to take a dragon, but I can't. Even a little one like that.
Bailey lurch forward to take a few deep breaths.
DM,
We could have at least tried, you know.
can I
I'm sorry. I walked in there and Meepo's head was gone. I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do.
So that
I
door
talk like
opens
I
when
always
you
do.
open it.
Okay, sweet. I just want to make sure it's a clear path for us.
Yeah, and Darwin just kind of like continues to apologize and explaining that he just talked because that's the way he survived throughout his life so far. That's the only way he knows how to get by when he can't fight.
Once the door is closed, Kinna is going to turn to Bailiana. And you, Miss Bailiana, if I'd known you had towns to give away for the glory of creatures... My goodness.
His head was torn off!
You realize that the Sky Spear expects at least 2 towns.
You really think I was...
Well, I just say I don't really think those are her towns to get rid of.
I would also like to say that Darwin, that I was kind of lying about giving her Faerun as well. And plus, I still got my ring that I found earlier.
Kinna's gonna reach over and tap Darwin on the shoulder in a very comradely fashion, and look at Bailiana. See, young Darwin knows that Faerun must be promised to the Sky Spear.
Did you really think I wanted to promise something that important to a dragon? Did you really think I wanted to do all that? No!
Oh,
I am
sweet girl.
Terrified! Her body's just
Thank
shaking.
you. You
I
do
just-
wish to give the town to the Sky Spear. Thank you so much.
Kenna,
Still
I may
be
not be the brightest, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there is a town that she can give away,
I
even to the
can't.
dragon.
Give away anything.
Oh, I disagree. There's a town.
You have a -1 wisdom modifier.
I'm not
I
alone.
do.
Kenna.
I got a dirty 1 on a self-imposed insight check. Bailiana, we will discuss which town that you have that you would like to give to the Sky Spear at a later time.
Bailey was just looking at Kenna with complete shock.
Um, Darwin just kind of like taps her on the back and like, just ignore him for now. No, can somebody tell us what the plan is?
We're going to clear these rooms and then go downstairs and kill a bugbear. You have promised death to all goblins to the dragon in the room behind us.
Yes, I remember that part, and I remember killing the bugbear part. We need to get its head. I remember there was a specific thing about a head.
Can I listen into this room?
You may. 1 perception.
13.
You don't hear much. You do get a little bit of a shit kind of smell that wafts through the bottom of the door. Somewhat repulsive. It kind of fits a goblin motif, though.
Okay.
What about this door that I'm at?
You are welcome to roll a perception.
4.
I got a 4 for this door.
0,
didn't even know
DM.
it.
I got a 0.
Can Darwin go up to this door and kind of smell through it to see if he recognizes anything?
Okay, so 4 doesn't get anything else. 0, your nose is more clogged than mine is perpetually. And Darwin, you're welcome to make a perception check to see if you can hear anything through that door.
Perception. I'm smelling through the door.
Which is also a perception. Perceive through the senses.
It's a 9. Do I smell anything? Like, I have my nose straight up to the ground at the crack of the door. Do I smell anything at all?
So, mental image. Your nose is to the ground, your butt is in the air like this weird kind of lizard dog.
Yes, exactly.
But the pervasive smell throughout this entire goblin area is just filth and stink and rot. It's a bunch of that.
It smells like a junkyard. And Darwin just stands up and then just kicks the door.
We're win.
All right, you kick the door open.
Oh, that worked. I was just okay. I kicked the door open.
All right, and as you
Darwin
do,
just nonchalantly walks in like nothing's happening.
So first, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
God damn it.
Oh, Darwin, why?
Why?
I love how I'm blaming Darwin.
Yes, it is all Darwin's fault.
It's Darwin's fault. It's not mine, I swear.
Give me a second to reload
like-
this.
Someone playing the video game, playing the main character that they're playing. Even though without someone holding the controller, that character would be doing nothing.
Alright, so what do we get for initiative here? Darwin 6, Solo, you have 7.
The game. I like this shit.
Kenna 16, and Bailiana. Bailiana, what did you get? 16. Let's see how our goblin friends do.
And Darwin, of course, is already in the room.
You are in the room. Everybody sees him kick the door open and step in. The sight of goblins is visible around a makeshift fire. And Bailiana, you are first to act.
She is unsure about going in because knowing going in enclosed space means a lot of trouble. She could not use her magic even if she wants to. She is absolutely just standing still.
Okay.
And I have my turn.
All right. Do you want to hold action or anything, or you just want to end?
She does a whole action by.
Okay. What action do you want to hold?
What are my options? I'm trying to think.
Any of the options that you would have normally during a turn, to attack if you see a trigger, to use a specific cantrip if you see a trigger or a spell. You can.
I want to use Soleil if triggered.
Okay. Well, what do you want to use?
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. Okay. That is a cantrip. You can, and it's a bonus action. You can use that now.
I am nowhere in range of the goblin.
Okay. Okay, so if you see the goblin, you will cast Shillelagh on yourself. Next thing, Kenna, you hear the sound of a crash, and there are only 3 people in your room, and goblin noises are now coming through the empty door.
3, 4, 5.
Glory to the Sky Spear.
Finally! Something I'm allowed to hit!
Alright, you are in melee range of Goblin B, certainly. You are allowed to, but can you, is the question.
That is a good question.
A nat 1 does not hit this goblin. You miss very, very severely. Kenna, anything else? Okay, I think Kenna is good. Or muted. Next, Solo.
Solo hearing quite the commotion is going to kind of give like a and we'll 1, 2, that's 5, 10, right here, and do I see this goblin see through the Kenna and Darwin?
If you're standing in the doorway, you can see all three.
Well,
Sorry,
one,
but
two.
my Discord just dropped in. And that one does not hit, right?
No, that one does not hit. Solo, hold on. Kenna, was there anything
Yeah,
else you wanted to do?
No, I cut out just as I was saying that ends my turn, so we're good.
All right, Kenna. Solo.
Awesome. I'm gonna take my bow and hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna take my short bow and shoot it almost through Kenna and Darwin's legs over at Goblin C and try to hit him with my short bow.
Shooting that way, please don't miss. Go ahead.
Yep.
Please
8.
don't. I don't want to be hit. Oh no.
8 does not hit. Darwin, it comes extremely close to a spot that may be precious to you. As it
Oh,
clicks into the
no.
back wall.
Well, good thing it's internal, but still.
Still, it could hit.
Then that's gonna be it for my turn.
Darwin.
Darwin looks around. He just in his mind he was originally going to talk his way throughout all these goblin problems, but
You can try. I don't know if I encourage it or not, but you can certainly try.
If I do a perception, can I do it also to the party as well?
Let
Or
me
at
ask.
least Kenna.
Let
At
me
least
ask.
Kenna.
Let me ask you this: what are you trying to perceive before we go down?
I
there?
am going to convince the goblins, or at least attempt to, that the dragon got out in order for them to run in with the dragon.
So you can make a deception check. That would be a deception check to try to get them to do it. You're welcome to try it and see if it bears any fruit. It would be an action though to influence in that way.
I understand that part. All right. Darwin just kind of stops, puts his hands up, and then looks at the goblins in perfect goblin or gobbledygook, whatever, and he's just like, the dragon got out. The boss sent us to tell anybody. It's coming down this hall now. You got to go check the room, please. And is that with advantage or anything?
So typically that would be a flat roll, but for this one time, since you're doing it in Goblin, please do it with advantage.
All right, let's see if his silver tongue can get us through. 11.
They all look at you somewhat non-believingly.
Oh shit.
Okay. Well, can I do anything else?
Well, that was your main action to influence.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any secondary thing I can do, but it doesn't look like it.
You still have your movement should you want to, but Goblin B would be able to take an attack of opportunity.
Let me just check if I can bite him, or if that counts as the main thing. I think it might count as the main thing.
Where's your bite's
Hungry
probably
Jaws.
a Rachel. It's probably
Hungry
a
Jaws,
Rachel
what I'm
feature,
thinking.
right?
Yeah, it's as a bonus action. Oh, bonus action. That's the first words I need. All right.
Okay, so bite is
I want to do Hungry Jaws. Is what I want. Is what I meant.
okay. Hungry Jaws is a bonus action. You can make a special attack with your bite. If it hits, it deals normal damage, and you gain +2 temporary HP. You can use it 2 times per long rest.
And I only have one of those left.
Right, you used one against the rats, I believe. So, yep, you can
Correct.
use that as you can use it, and if you hit, you gain +2 temp HP.
Alright, what should I roll for that?
So it's going to be an attack on your actions menu. You'll have it at the bottom. of your options.
Okay, give me a second. Actions. I don't see it.
So where do you see where it says action, spells, inventory, etc.?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might all go to action
go to
action.
Go to actions, then go to all. It'll say longbow, scimitar, unarmed strike, bite.
Alright, and then bonus action, hungry jaws. Okay, I got it.
Alright, and then you'll mark the other one off in your features.
Yep, I already marked it off. Hit is 22.
That hits. You chomp into this goblin's neck.
Darwin, instinctually realizing everything he said didn't do anything, goes to lunge at the goblin's face and to bite it. To do 2 damage.
2
Bites
damage.
the guy's face. 2 damage.
But as a benefit to yourself, on the health portion where it says current max temp, click that temp line and give yourself 2 temp HP.
Oh, good. What happened to the goblin after I bit his face?
He's going for a scimitar. That's what's happening.
Any scars or anything?
I don't think it was that hard a bite, honestly. It's a 1. You got a 1.
I thought I got a 2. Oh,
You did, but that was with the addition. That was like with your added little bonus there. Goblin B will take a swing at you as that scimitar comes out in an arc from his belt to your chest for a 16 to hit.
Oh.
And as it slashes into you, you will take 8 points of slashing damage.
So goodbye temp points.
Goodbye temp. So the temp's gone, and then 6 after that.
6 of my normal. And I'm back at 15. I keep ending up at this number.
It's a good number. And
I guess so. Maybe it's Darwin's lucky number.
We'll see
Let's
if
hope.
we'll see if it holds, because Goblin A also comes up to you, and he will attack you as well. Goblin A pulls his scimitar out, walks over. He hits you, and this is gonna hurt. Nat 20.
Oh no.
Oh.
So how many points, may I ask, of damage is that?
That's gonna be 7 points of damage.
Okay, I can work with that. Kind of.
And Goblin C
No.
comes up to Kenna. And Kenna, he growls at you in Goblin. Something. I don't think you speak Goblin.
I don't speak Goblin.
But Darwin, you hear him say, "It is a good day to die."
Oh no.
And Kenna, he hits you with the 23.
Ooh, yeah, he does.
And you will only take 3 points of slashing damage as he slices across your arm. And we are back to the top of the order. Bailiana, there is a fight started in the room in front of you.
Right. Baelios is taking a deep breath. As she shakes her head and immediately charges in with her eyes closed.
With her eyes closed now? Okay.
And tries to make a swing at Goblin B with her course.
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Do you want to cast Shillelagh first?
yep, I cast Shillelagh. Alright, let's see if it hits anything.
And let's hope it's not me.
12.
Nope. Goblins are harder to hit than that. So he hits his shield against your club and pushes it off.
Alright, do I still have attack or no?
So the Shillelagh, so casting Shillelagh is the bonus action. It's a transmutation cantrip.
Okay.
And then I think the attack itself with it is the action. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I think it's good.
All right. So Bailiana, would you like to do anything else?
Not at the moment, because I don't think I can do anything else. Because that was my action to charge in and go and swing.
Kenna. Goblins are swinging all around you and at you.
Oh yes, no, we're going to do some things about this. Which one was it that hit me? It was Goblin C, right?
Goblin C. The other two are focused on Darwin.
Yep.
Yeah. Poor Goblin C. Let's attack it with the Booming Blade Spear again. God damn it!
Fuck.
That's an at 1 again.
That does not hit.
Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? No, I got nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Solo?
Goblin, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my short bow at Goblin C
All right.
for a natural 20.
Yes.
Nice.
See if you can kill this thing flat out.
It's gonna be 8 points of damage.
And as you shoot, it goes right between its eyes. It falls over backwards, and the arrow is just sticking straight up.
Bet.
2
That's gonna
goblins
be a
remain.
turn.
I should remember to do a bonus action. That's dumb.
Darwin?
All right. So, Darwin just got attacked a whole bunch. He's cornered like a poor little animal, getting his ass handed to him. Darwin would like to rage.
That is advisable.
Can I still attack when I'm entering rage?
Yeah, going into rage, I believe, is a bonus action.
Let's see. Darwin turns to whichever goblin is closest to him and goes to just attempt to slice it in half with his scimitar. That is a... Do I get advantage with the, Well, it doesn't matter. That's a 20 to hit, nat 20.
So that will hit, and no, rage doesn't give you advantage. It halves most damage against you physically towards you, and you deal additional damage as well. Nat 20 hits.
All right, and let's see for damage. It is a 9.
So when you cleave into it with your scimitar, you cleave all the way through, and there is this big gape from his neck to his chest, and he falls over. Was that B or A?
Let's see. Who's closest? That's B.
All right.
And Darwin just kind of lets out like this animalistic roar, like almost like a screech, almost dragon-like, and like puts his arms down and just his head towards the sky and lets it out with his frill straight up.
All right. So that's
And
bonus.
Then that's the end of his turn.
Yeah, that's bonus action and action. And the other goblin will look at you, and there's just like an internal debate. He sees he has no place to run. So, Darwin, he attacks you.
Oh no. This could be very bad.
It will be very bad. He hits.
You have to say that.
No.
Okay. Alright, so you would take 9 points of damage, but you are raging. So a benefit of the rage is that should cut it in half, I believe.
Mhm.
So
I think
you will
that's my best bet.
you will take 4 points of damage,
Okay.
and it just grits its teeth preparing for what's to come.
Well, that's smart on its half, and I am weaker than Meepo right now.
Bailiana, it is your turn.
I suppose, Darwin, it's really good that we didn't know this before the last turn. But barbarians do get reckless attack if you have 2 levels of it.
He does
Which
not.
that's how
He's
you
He's
split
a level
between.
1 barbarian, level 1 bard.
He's literally a barbarian.
My
Very-
favorite class, if you ask. It's the best.
All right. Sorry, Darwin. Darwin. Right, Bailey on.
Feels so good.
All right, Bailey on looks at the remaining goblin as she walks towards him, threatening, pulling her quarterstaff towards their head. Points to where your king is.
Make an intimidation check if you want that to be your action.
And remember, I think you still have bardic inspiration.
I don't. I
Aw.
used to.
Yeah, that was used against the
Aw.
dragon.
I thought it stayed until the hour was up.
No.
You get one. You get one use of it per charge. But just so you are aware, you can use bardic inspiration for an attack roll if you give it out during combat.
Alright.
Yep.
All right, if you
Right,
would
let me
like to
get
try
that.
to intimidate this goblin, you may attempt to do that as an action.
All right. 15.
He's shaking and he looks at you. Do you speak Goblin?
I don't.
Okay, he says in Goblin that he
I
will.
do.
Whoever
Me and
speaks
Solo do.
whoever speaks Goblin can hear him say that he will tell you if you leave him alone.
Solo or Darwin?
Remember our deal. We can't leave any goblins alive.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, Darwin is so out of it. He's so damaged. He just out loud just says, "We can't leave any of them alive."
The goblin's eyes go big as he hears that.
It's either him or us.
Darwin. Please.
It's a dragon that we're.
Darwin, let me speak.
Okay, and he just kind of closes his eyes,
Please.
standing still.
Can we try something, please?
Go ahead. Yep.
Please.
Uh-huh.
All right, Bailiana, he's made the offer. Solo or Darwin,
If
do you tell Bailiana what he said?
I would, yeah. And I'd be like, I suggest we leave him alone, maybe, or we could have him go tell the captain that we have important information for him, and then have him bring the captain to us.
That's true. Well, you mean king?
After
And then we take the captain's head into the goblins, and they have to
That's
respect whoever killed the leader. So
I like that idea, but I won't make it much farther after this if I don't take a long nap. So if that won't take too long, let's do it.
Right.
Darwin's
Can you
kind of hardly standing at this point.
Darwin, can you relay the message to this goblin?
We will, if you bring your captain and only your captain here, we will spare you, despite the dragon wanting you dead.
As well, you will leave this.
And you will
Then-
never return, or else we will have
will-
to feed you to the dragon.
He nods and he says, "I'll bring the captain." He says in Goblin.
And
Right,
Darwin
then-
just kind of is like, yeah, he's going to get him.
All right, tell him, then go.
And then Darwin, can Darwin like step aside and just like get out?
So I'm gonna So first things first, we're still in initiative order.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Can he move? Just like
Let's determine what everybody does first. Kenna, your turn would be next. You act before him. Do you want to do anything, or are you going to hold?
Kenna has only really understood the party's half of this conversation, and she is looking incredulously at Bailiana and Darwin, and she just kind of does the thumb across the neck thing, looking at them. Like
Darwin is so out of it. He just sees sees the thumb and he nods.
Kenna looks to Bailiana, like holding out the thumb, up, down, like.
Okay, up means go.
Up means that he lives.
She holds her thumb up.
Kenna is going to step back to the wall. If the goblin offers violence to her or anyone else, she will hit him with the booming blade attack.
Okay. Solo, you're next to act before the goblin. Do you do anything?
Yeah, Solo's going to... Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. I want to go 1, and can I grab the goblin and kind of like drag him with me?
So he'll get a saving throw against your strength bonus. So if you want to attack him, he'll get a dex save against your
Could I possibly persuade or even intimidate him by like threatening his life?
Yeah, you can take that action. It would be
I'm gonna like try to
intimidation
drag him
check.
and be like, listen, you can either come with me and go, or you can stay in here and die.
Okay. Do you act? So if you grab him,
yeah, that's gonna be my action. That's good. I'm not trying to make it an actual. That's gonna be like my main action or whatever.
Okay, so he's going to see if he can dodge your grasp, which is a flat 10.
Okay, and then I have to make a
an
attack and unarmed, or
no? 2024 has really gotten rid of most contests in a lot of ways, and so it's his strength or dexterity save against your 8 plus your proficiency plus your strength. So that puts you at a flat 10. So basically he's doing his best to juke out of the way.
okay.
Which he does.
Can I still like intimidate? I'm not like trying to like forcefully grab him. I was trying to intimidate or persuade him of like, hey, like he can choose not to like come with me. I'm not like trying to the option is ultimately his.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to force him.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check and we will see what we get.
12.
Alright, I mean he looks sufficiently terrified from the entire group threatening him at the very least. Solo, anything else?
Oh no, that's it.
Okay, Darwin, you're the last to act before the goblin. Do you do anything, or will you let him pass when he goes by?
Darwin kind of just double checks to see what the plan is. His eyes aren't too good right now. They're half open. He's looking around at the team, and he's looking at the door, and he's looking at his sword, and he looks straight at Bailiana, just like, what do I do?
Let him go.
Oh, yeah. And then he just steps aside and kind of falls over into the corner.
If nobody blocks his passage, he will run as fast and as far as he can. He opens up the northern door. He will leave it open behind him as he runs.
Are we still in initiative?
No, the enemy is gone, so we can drop out of initiative order.
All right.
Can
With
you
that-
guys check the bodies for me before I take a nap?
Bailey,
hold on.
Or a
Before-
night's rest?
Before Darwin takes his rest there.
Yeah, I want to actually do a long rest because I'm out of spell slots. I'm out of a lot of everything, and I am at 4 health.
So, Kina hasn't really revealed this to you guys yet, but you'll notice now that things have calmed down, she takes a healer's kit from her belt. If a long rest right now would mean falling asleep in this room for 8 hours.
Darwin may not be very well aware of it, but I'm very much well aware of it. I feel like it's risky, but it could. If he only brings the bugbear, it would be good. If not, it will be very bad.
So
And we may end up somewhere else, like with that gnome dude that was mentioned earlier in the jail.
My young friend, all I will point out is that you are seeking to rest and recover at a point where you have just invited a dangerous enemy to come back to us in short order.
Yep, in shorter words, that is exactly what I just did, or am suggesting.
Or I can try to patch you up right now.
All right, but if we do that, I will have to rely heavily on rage next round because I can't do any of my spells or anything because my hungry jaws. I have 1 rage left, 2 bardic inspirations, and I'm out of spell slots. Unless I can still use cantrips.
Cantrips you can always use.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I still can use Mage Hands, but that's no good in battle. And then Vicious Mockery, I should have used.
I think
Whatever you decide, Darwin is not going to protest you healing him.
so. The only thing about my healing is that it will use one of your hit dice. It's basically you can get a short rest as an action, and you get a +2 to the HP that you recover.
Hmm.
Just from personal experience, the odds of us getting a long rest under the circumstances we find ourselves in have got to be virtually nil. Like we
Yeah,
are
I know
in
the risk. I just. Well,
we could
can it-
probably get a long rest if we offer the goblin and then just slept in here. But the second we send the goblin out,
and the goblin's already long gone.
we have to do it.
So, is it possible, Kinna, if you could heal Darwin and then we could take a short rest? Do you guys think that'd be reasonable?
I'm quite happy to give you the heal right now. The only thing it costs us is 1 of your hit dice, which you would probably be spending during the short rest anyway.
So would a short rest just overall be a better idea?
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance of us getting a long rest here, is the unfortunate thing. I mean, we can try.
Here's the
But,
thing,
like-
if we do, if we do get a long rest and we don't, and if they do come back, there's a chance that we could end up with the gnome that was mentioned earlier and the other humanoid in the dungeon, which we could use to help us in some way. There's also another chance that they could just kill us on the spot.
Yeah, and taking the long rest allows them to position themselves. It allows them to trap the next room. It allows them to set up siege equipment.
I think the short rest is the best idea, but can Darwin, before, check the bodies, or at least be the one that he sliced in half?
Why don't we do the battlefield heal first? You spend a hit die, you get a bonus. The other thing that this feat does is that if you roll a 1, you get to re-roll it. So, like, you're looking at least an absolute minimum of 4 HP plus your con modifier on this hit die. Which is probably going to be pretty useful to you.
All right, I didn't understand most of that, but I understand that it is a good idea. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right. Roll one of your hit dice, and I'll be honest, I don't know how we do that in D&D Beyond.
I don't know either.
You have to click the short rest button, and that will give you access to your hit dice.
And which one?
At the top of your sheet, across from your name, it'll say short rest, long rest.
Oh, I know that. It's just, do I? So
you'll have two. You'll have one.
Can I use the barbarian or the bard hit dice?
The barbarian one will be certainly a larger hit die than a bard.
Oh yeah, I definitely see that. 1d12. All right, and do I automatic applying healing?
If you're rolling it, go ahead.
Sorry, I think we may just want to do this as a die roll rather than hitting the short rest button yet, so that we don't reset anything before we actually take the short rest. So just roll a d12, add your con modifier.
D12. All right, I'm gonna do that with a custom dice.
Yep.
Did it do it? Oh nope, I have to press roll.
Rolling.
Oh
no,
Darwin, you idiot!
All right, so that's a 4 because I'm adding 2 to it.
Darwin's a little bit better. Still very tired. Can we?
I mean, if we want to try and short rest while we wait for the goblin captain, I'm okay with that.
I would like to do that, but of course it's up to the entire party.
Solo doesn't really need to rest at all, so if anything, he would try to stealth after the goblin and try to stealth it through. Since he's friends with the goblins, he works with the goblins somewhat. Yep. If he gets caught, he can possibly talk his way out of it. But like, yeah, he's sitting chill. Like, I'm cruising for right now. So I don't really need this short rest, but I know other people do because they were in combat.
Baliana, what say you?
Above board or are you talking in character?
Above board.
I say I don't really need a rest, but if you really need the heal, then
let's see. Let's see, what spells could I use? If Cure Wounds, Distort Value, Heroism, Unseen Servant.
Ooh, DM.
That's me.
Is there any reason I couldn't use the healing kit again to allow Darwin to use his other hit die? And then we would just mimic the short rest without actually waiting an hour.
I think the med kits are consumables, aren't they? That after you use them, they are consumed?
I thought they came with charges. I thought they had 10 charges. Allow me to check my inventory.
You might be right. I'll look it up on The Great Beyond.
The Great Beyond. Like, honestly, the only spell that I could see that I have right now that could do us any good is maybe Cure Wounds and Unseen Servant, but that's only... Can I use Unseen Servant for combat? I don't think so.
No.
But I could use it for, like,
No.
quote-unquote stealth. No, because we would... Yeah, the only one useful I have right now is Cure Wounds, but...
Kid has 10 uses, at least looking at the 2014 roll.
If somebody else would be able to heal me again, I think I would, despite not having any bites, I think I could manage it if I had a little bit more health. So if somebody's able to heal me, I can deal with the one rage and we could continue on without needing to rest. I just really need my health up a little bit more.
I don't have healing capabilities, so...
I would do it myself.
My spell slots are spent.
Same here.
I
can't even do it to myself.
Yeah, the best I can do is we don't need to wait an hour to use that other. Yeah, unless you think there's something. Unless you're gonna get a spell slot back on the short rest.
I believe so. I get one back. I think so. I'm not 100% sure though. I know I get my actions, at least one of my actions back, so my bite and my... Let's see, I'd get... No, it'd just be my rage that would reset, actually, and then I think I'd get a spell slot back. I'm not sure on that one, though, but I would...
Yeah, I don't know about the 24 bards. I thought wizards had the ability to get a spell slot back previously.
Yeah, I think maybe it's only healing.
I know warlocks also get a spell slot back with short rests.
Oh, but they get... I would get them all back. I just haven't used any of them yet.
All back? Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot that they get all of them. I thought it was just one.
Yeah,
I honestly thought... I forgot you were a warlock. For some reason, I thought you were a paladin with the way you worship your spear.
You know what's weird? For some reason, I thought you were... I knew you were a warlock, but for some reason, this game, I was thinking you were a cleric even before you started healing people.
So yeah, bards get theirs at a long rest. They get their spell slots back at a long rest.
Then I guess I just need somebody to heal me again, and then I'd be good, because it's... I have one rage.
I can give you the other hit die with a bonus, which is better than you would get off an actual short rest.
Alrighty, so I'd roll the D12, or would I have to do the bard one of D8?
If you already spent the your barbarian dice, you'd have to roll the other die. You have one die of each.
Yeah, then I would have to do the D8, and is there a way I can do that with advantage or something on my end, or just we're gonna add 2 to it, or...
You get the add 2 automatically because I'm using the healer's kit to help you out.
Alrighty, then let's roll.
And I've taken
and then
the
I'm
2
out of
uses out of that already, so we're good to go there.
Yeah, and then I'm out of hit die after this, and I rolled a 6.
It's better than the barbarian die.
It's better than the barbarian die, and so you're going to increase that by 2.
Alright, so 8. So I think I am more than fit enough to keep going. Darwin's seeming much more happier. He's back on his feet, and he just runs straight to the goblin that he almost cut in half. And it's just...
Would he... Question.
Yes.
Would Darwin brush by Belion at all?
Yes. You are right next to Goblin B.
Okay. As you do so, Belion was just standing there silent.
I will be right back, you guys.
Bye-bye. Oh. Bye-bye. The longest shivering as she falls over on her side, passing out from
Darwin
the sheer
just-
stress.
Darwin just stops. His frill pops up, and he looks over like, what just happened? Kinna!
All right.
The elf lady with flowers just fell over.
Yeah, let's attend to her. Is she just exhausted, or?
Yep.
All right. Like exhausted, 0 HP, or just
Mentally exhausted.
mentally exhausted? All right. Let's. All right. What does the healer kit actually do again? Oh no, it only stabilizes people. All right, I'll still try to attend to Beliana with the healer's kit. Medicine check, DM.
Are you trying to give her life back, or?
Well, I think she just says she's mentally exhausted from the strain, so I'm really just trying to bring her back to consciousness. That's the read that I've got on it, right, PC? Yeah.
Yep.
And if
So I think
that
it's
doesn't
probably
work,
more
can I
like-
simply just pick or pull her hair a bit?
That's like the two opposite extremes.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a medicine check and see if you can bring her back to consciousness.
16.
Yeah, she can be conscious.
Beliana, don't fall over on me now. You still owe me a town.
You
As she's-
okay?
As she starts to slowly wake up.
Are you okay, elf lady?
I can't promise you a town, Kenna. I can't
Kenna's
really-
gonna reach down and kind of put a finger to your mouth, and it's like, it's okay, child. Any old village will do.
Darwin kind of just slaps the hand away and gives a hug. And then he lets go. You guys are the closest things I've had friends since my mentor, and well, I don't want to lose any of you. I know we've been traveling for like a day and a half together, but I don't want to lose you folks. So, could you tell us what just happened so we can be prepared next time?
A lot. Just a lot.
He like tilts his head, not quite understanding, just kind of like a puppy or a parakeet, just like what?
A puppy keep.
Puppy.
A puppy keep.
This is a lot. This is the first time I've left my home and left my grandmother's shop. I'm not a fighter.
Well, we can't all be fighters, darling. Some of us just have to fight when we have to fight.
Miss Beliana, where I came from, I had nothing. I didn't have to fight then. I just was able to use my words for the most of it and use what little spells I had to do the rest. I lived comfortably, but I learned that it was no way to live without fighting when you have to. Now, I'm not saying you have to fight all the time, but I'm saying that when you need to, it's okay to. As long as you give your enemies the same respect as you give those, my people, the people I came from before I was abandoned, they're monsters, butchers, they're savages. They'd eat anything with two legs that walked into their camp. I've learned not to be like that. You don't have to be like that either. You can just be you.
She takes a deep sigh. I'm not going to uphold that promise to that dragon.
I'm not going to hold mine either. They want us to kill... The dragon wants us to kill the kobolds. I ain't going to do that.
The dragon wants to kill everyone in here. The kobold wants to kill all the goblins in their heart.
What if we do a false truce with the goblins? Get the fruit and get out. Nobody needs to die unless they try to stop us.
As you say that, you hear a small knock on the door behind you.
Darwin his frill pops up and he just stands next to Baliana. Like, as kind of like a comforting, like, I've got you.
Baliana slowly gets up and goes.
Well, friends, I believe this is your invited guest. And I will, out of respect for you both, not immediately murder anyone. But if it goes south, I will not hold back.
Baliana sits nodded as she opens the door.
Darwin kind of puts away his weapons and crosses his arms and tries to look all tough.
You open the door. You see a female goblin who has feathers adorning her neck in what seems to be a very elaborate kind of dress. And she looks up at the group and she says, "Parlay."
Parlay.
Parlay.
That's not I don't think that's a good thing.
We need to speak.
Oh, it is a good thing.
Yes, of course.
Come on in, my lady. And he kind of bows a bit.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We're parlaying.
The goblins will come in if nobody prevents them.
Oh, no. The lead goblin can come in. The others stay out.
I think it's best, like, if we back up and give her space too, or else.
Yeah.
Kenna, make a persuasion check.
$23.
She holds up her hands, and the others just kind of stay put as she steps in. And she comes in if no one objects.
I don't object.
Darwin just kind of politely bows and says, "My name is Darwin Bombus. What is yours?"
Kina is going to occupy the door and watch these three goblins out here.
They are watching you intently, waiting for something to happen. Grenell looks and says, "I am Grenell, shaman of these goblins. We were sent to kill you, but we do not intend to."
Darwin, in Goblin, says, "Thank you, madam. We respect you for this."
Darwin.
We have to ask a favor. She's
speaking in common?
Yes, she's speaking in common.
Darwin, she's speaking in common.
I know, I'm just being polite. Unless that offends you, Miss Grenell, then I will stop.
We are Derbaluk tribe. The hobgoblin has usurped our power. We need him dead, but we cannot kill him ourselves.
Now, you folks, Darwin kind of looks at Baliana. He has some experience with hobgoblins, and he's just like, hobgoblins, well, let's just say they're the meaner cousins of goblins.
Can I roll a nature check to know what a hobgoblin is?
Roll a nature check, and as you say meaner cousin, She looks down at the dead goblin and looks at you and says, "Goblins mean we were not the ones that killed." You can know what a hobgoblin is. They are taller, more organized version of goblins.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We kind of barged in their room, and then, as instinct as one would, they attacked us. If it makes you feel any better, they almost got me good. Well, they did get me good, and I almost died from them.
Here is the deal we will hatch. You will not kill any more goblin. At least, no more of the Durbaluk tribe.
How will we tell? Do you guys wear a certain insignia or something?
We here are Durbaluk. Only hobgoblin must die.
So everyone is a Durlik?
Yes, they are us.
Can you possibly pass along the message to the rest of your tribe?
They fear Dern, the usurper. I will tell them that you are dead. Rest and recover your strength, and kill only them.
Right. Is the Goblin King part of your tribe as well? Alright.
I have a question. That dragon that you guys have in the other room is going to kill us if we don't at least bring the bugbear's head. Is that on the table anymore?
She looks at you and she goes, "Alslag is out hunting. We do not know where he is. He is below."
Is he with you or against you?
He is of his own mind, hunter. He has many pieces. Do not consider him friend or foe.
Kinda like the dragon.
Dragon is foe.
Oh, dragon's foe. Well, that we can agree on very much.
Enemy.
We just kind of talked our way out of that problem, though.
Yes, dragons are stupid. They like to talk.
Sounds like another creature.
Yeah, it does.
Place.
It does. And Darwin's kind of tries to make it tries to slightly look at Kinna. Even though I'm pretty sure Baliana may be talking about Darwin.
No, she was referring to the Queen Kobolds.
Well, Darwin doesn't get that part. Darwin's on very much the same brain length for the most part, except for more charismatic as the kobolds.
Grenell says, "After you rest, the west door is many young and many old goblins. We harvest and sell. We are not your enemies, unless you make us such." She looks down at the dead goblins again. "Kill no more of us, and we will have peace."
Would you like us to bury them?
She looks and she says, "We will take care of our own."
Yeah, Darwin's kind of shocked not knowing what to say because he doesn't really have his own people, so he just nods.
Of course, Shaman.
If Dern sees other goblins, he will command them to attack, and they will listen for fear of him. Take the North Passage. Do not go through our village.
All right, North Passage.
North Passage.
Sleep well and attack in the morning. We will be free.
As apothecary trained, you have my word.
And as an adventurer in training, wanting just to do right by the world. You have my word. And he kind of gets on one knee and bows like a knight would.
As you get on one knee, you're much closer to eye level with her, and she looks at you and she says, "Goblins are not evil. Evil is visited to goblins." And she will attempt to leave if nobody stops her.
I don't stop her.
Darwin
Kenna will step
doesn't either.
back out of the door and make the way clear for her.
Be careful. He keeps twig blights of the evil druid below.
Twig blade?
And they all march
Is that the hat?
back into the room.
The twig blights are not protected.
She
Wait!
She yells back. Quietly yells back. "Save only goblins."
Oh my.
Darwin kind of seems noticeably shaken, more so than the dragons. Than with the dragon, and he kind of, more so than even dying, and he kind of just goes back to the corner, to the far corner. And he just kind of sits down and he seems to be pouting a bit.
This is a very fine kettle, my friend.
Yeah, kettle. That's nice, boss lady.
You have made 3 different promises, competing promises, to 3 different people.
It's what I had to do surviving out on the streets. It's what I'm doing here to survive. And Darwin actually seems agitated.
I think we should honor the goblins.
We are gonna do that. They seem the nicest. But I don't want to wrong the kobolds either. The dragon, as long as we don't die, we can wrong her. Darwin's mind, though, seems elsewhere. He seems to be just like focusing in the moment just to seem like he's all there.
Solo. With your expertise with working with the goblins and having a kinship with them, do you know anything about this one big hobgoblin at all?
DM, can I do a history check real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or, yeah, history or insight, one of the two for my time with them. So, 12.
You would have maybe heard word that a hobgoblin, or at least rumor that a hobgoblin was taking over the tribe.
Alright, could I get any kind of vibe of whether or not it would be easy to turn all the goblins against the hobgoblin?
Roll an insight check.
Fuck that. 8. No, okay.
You can't quite get a vibe for it either way.
So I was gonna be like, I've heard. I don't know much. Just that not very well received.
Alright. Tomorrow, we'll head out. And remember, we don't harm any goblins.
Yeah, no harming goblins. Don't want their families to be hurt.
Before we lay down to rest, friends, we need to set some things up.
Of course.
I appreciate that you would prefer to resolve the situations we find ourselves in as politely as possible. And
I'm an urchin. It's how we go. We try we sneak, we speak, we just get out by the skin of our teeth.
And I am respecting your choices here, friends. But we have put ourselves in the position of, if we are respecting the goblins, having lied to both the Kobold Queen and the dragon.
I don't think we lied to the Cobalt Queen. We did lie to the dragon, though. Won't.
The Kobold Queen's intention is for us to exterminate the goblins.
That is a problem. Well, didn't they have something about a necklace? Or I was looking at the throne and there was something.
There was something?
Yeah. I don't... She started talking about eyes and necklaces and I got confused, but there's like, metal in the throne. It was a key. It was a key. Yeah. On her throne. She seemed not to want me to. She seems not to want me to look at it for some reason. Maybe these kobolds have more to hide than the goblins do. She was pretty, but the goblins seem the right guys. They seem like a happy family.
In like a side screen, as you call the Kobold Queen pretty, there's like a side screen where she's blushing for no reason. Cut back to the main action.
Yeah, I don't care what you guys choose, but I'm helping.
Down, my friend.
I don't care what you guys choose, but I'm helping the goblins.
Same.
Now I've had enough talk of happy groups of people living together, so can we just kind of rest?
One more small point of order before we rest.
Take it away.
The deal with the goblins is that we don't kill them.
Correct.
If they are forced to fight by that hobgoblin, which your new friend said was a possibility.
Yes, they said it was very likely.
We are going to have to ensure that we either fight them non-lethally or you break your word to that goblin lady.
Solo, you're a smart fellow. You've been around these folks. Got any ideas for that?
I think we could do 2 birds with 1 stone. What if we told the goblins that the dragon is planning on killing all of them and stealing their trees, so then we can inspire the captain, because goblins and hobgoblins can be quite happy with the things that they have, and they don't like other people to take them as well, even if they've taken them from other people. So if we instigate some kind of conflict there, then maybe the 2 problems take care of themselves. We go in, get the fruit, go out, give it to the village people, then we're all free, and whatever happens down here can bloody happen.
Get street rules. Everybody in agreement with that plan? Boss lady, Bailiana?
I will follow your lead here. I wasn't trying to say that we need to do anything in particular with the goblins plan-wise. I just wanted to point out that I can only hit non-lethally if I am less effective in combat. I believe the same to be true for all of us. Only a non-magical attack with a weapon can be non-lethal.
So, I can't do any spells right now. I'm still rather tired from earlier.
No, but when we go to fight tomorrow, the only thing you'll be able to attack with your spells is the hobgoblin.
Huh. Well, I can say some nasty things to him, and I can at least heal 2 goblins if needed. Or use one of those 2 times to heal one of us if needed.
Fair. Just realize that promise limits our effectiveness.
Indeed.
I know I'm new to this adventure and stuff, so I think it's a good idea to side with the goblins. But you
Same
guys are all
here.
adventured, for the most part, at least more than me. All I got
All I
is
know is
streets.
we don't want to fight the dragon. I can tell you that not all of us are going to walk away from that. So, either
Speak for
we help the
yourself,
goblin.
Solo. Fighting a
Kenna.
I
dragon.
said some of us,
Kenna.
so if the shoe fits, Kenna, then the shoe fits for you, and I think you have some issues you got to figure out on your own. I
Miss
said some of
Kenna.
us, because I plan on leaving this temple today, if not all of us, because I'm your bloody guide, and that's my bloody job. But there's the decision to be made, and I'm not going to make it, because I'm the one guiding you guys. This is your trip. Do you want to help the goblins or try to take on the dragon? That's what it's ultimately going to lead up to.
We can support the goblins. I just need us all to be aware of what that means for us when we go into our next fight.
Kenna, we are gonna have to face a dragon by the end of this, no matter what we do. I'd rather have an army of goblins than to be killed, because you might survive. But
What
I'm
if
not
we
gonna
had
make
the
it.
goblins to back us up there, though?
yeah, that's what I'm
We
saying.
tell them that the dragon is going to attack, then we have an entire force of ravaged goblins, and then in the heat of combat,
The
one of us
hobgoblin dies.
kills the hobgoblin, then everyone's happy, and we get the tree and the fruit, and we get to deliver it back to village people like the original goal intended.
And
But
either
I agree
we
with Kenna. Do you feel like backstabbing, or
Here's
do you
the-
want to help a new group?
Here's the thing. Remember, there was that opening. We could just leave and go up the steps without having to go past the kobolds again. But if we do, I can try to talk our way through it, and if it comes down to this, you folks can do a lot better than I can, and Darwin's frill kind of goes down, but you can tell his words are genuine. I'll put my life on the line for you.
Darwin.
Darwin, I would put my life on the line for you as well. I want to make that clear.
Thank you kindly, Kenna. But if it comes down to it, the kobolds like me the best. They'll be more accepting to hear what I have to say.
I don't trust
This
that
is-
queen.
This is very true. I don't have an issue with supporting the goblins here. I don't have an issue with choosing to betray the dragon. I relish the opportunity to fight it. I have a moral qualm
What is
with
it, friend?
suggesting that we're going to spare these goblins lives if we have to fight the hobgoblin, only to throw their lives away against the dragon.
Darwin,
We will either save them or not save.
Darwin is kind of like, you can see he has unease about this, but his mind is mostly set. And he's just kind of fed up with this conversation, but he's willing to continue hearing everyone out.
Kenna's gonna sit back against the wall and kind of take out an oily rag and start to polish her spear a little bit. It doesn't need it. It's a magical construct. It never blemishes. It never tarnishes. She just likes the effect. The Sky Spear, and by extension I, am a weapon. You point me in a direction, and you tell me what you want me to kill and what you don't want me to kill.
Here's the thing. We're going to do this. We're going to get honor. We're going to get glory. And we're going to put our names in the history of this place, one way or another. Now, I haven't really talked about this much, folks, but my goal is to find my place in the world, and I want to find a good place in the world. Everything I do is to make sure that I have a place that's good. And out of everything, the only people that seem truly good and not somewhat fishy at all is these goblin folks. Now, if we fight alongside them, it doesn't matter if we're throwing away their lives, as long as many of them survive. Maybe this could be a home for us.
Hold on. I think we're a bit... I know these goblins. I don't plan on using children and women and the old and stuff like that.
Then
the
we
people
defend
that
them.
already defied us, you know. Trust me, they in there can hold their own if they want to. I just think that if we had the backing of the fighters, or if we use them as the distraction, they're gonna either die by our hands, or by the kobold's hands, or by the dragon's hands. We might as well eliminate all the problems with them, help them, so then that way their loved ones and children and elderly and everything like that can keep thriving here.
Darwin, you can visibly see Darwin's heart sink, and then he's puts up one hand and he's just like, what if we get the goblins to help fight the dragon? We do get the kobold or the hobgoblin fella down, but we also convince the kobolds that it's safe to go get their dragon. Be a lot of walking, but it could kill 3 birds with 1 stone, and hopefully the goodest of birds survives.
I think we need a bit of a rest.
We're talking ourselves in circles here. I think you're right. Let's just take a rest.
Before we do...
Go ahead.
I can... Let me see what I can cook for us.
Darwin uses, like, mage hand to, like, start the fire.
Thank you.
Like, he just uses it, and it just does it on its own while he just broods in the corner.
We have a long day tomorrow.
Are you guys my family? Like, are we like family?
Well... I'm still getting to know everyone.
This is the longest I've spent around anybody but my mentor, so, I don't know how all that works. You guys seem like decent folks, though. Ain't tried to rob or steal or kill me. I had high hopes, and that's good that you guys are following them. Just this adventure is a bit more than I thought the world outside my comfy little village would be. Sure, I was an urchin, but I was comfortable. And this is a lot. I just want to find a place where I belong. Not with the savages of my kind that abandoned me as a child, and not on the streets where I do nothing. What do you guys want with your lives?
I just want to help my grandmother's shop. And finally become an official apothecary to somebody. Can be a royal or in a town somewhere.
If we ever get to a town, I can show you the quickest way through. We can find the places you need to be. Solo, what do you want to do if you haven't already done it?
I want that bloody apple. I want to eat it.
What about giving it to the folks? Ain't that our entire mission? I'm fuzzy on a lot of details, but...
They want the tree, I want the fruit. The goblins said they would let me have the fruit if I helped them for so many years, and they never let me have it, so I'm gonna take it, and then I'm gonna give the tree to the people.
That's not really honorable.
Seed, I might, eat the fruit, take the seeds, and I might pawn off the seeds. I don't know.
Darwin
it's the future.
Darwin seems uncertain about the goodness of your idea, but he nods and doesn't say anything. He just turns to Kinna. Kinna, what does the glory of the Sky Spear have in you doing after this?
The Sky Spear seeks only glory. Then there's only glory for the Sky Spear. Whatever glory and honor is to be gained here adds to the Sky Spear's reputation. And when this finishes, I must find more glory and honor for it. It is
I wish you the best with that, friend.
And I wish you the best in finding a home, my friend. I will help you find one if I can.
That would be nice.
I question whether it could really be here. But
I doubt it, but it would be nice to have friends here at least, besides you folks. That kobold queen may be pretty, but I might not be that bright, but she seems a little bit off.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the night passes, you guys continue the conversations, and you can pass the night through with a long rest without any interruptions.
I love that. I would love to do that.
So please take a long rest and recover your items as such. And the party will awaken. There are still dead goblins by you, and a fire that would have went out at some point in the night. And by now, I would hope that you are all nose blind to the stench of the room, which would be repugnant as an understatement.
I think Darwin already was.
All right. As Bailiana starts opening her eyes, she is face to face of one of the dead goblins and lets out a scream.
That's very subtle.
Darwin seems to be has been up for like maybe the past 30 minutes, and he just looks over and he's like, "Hey," and he's like, his mood's completely different from last night. He's cheerful, he's happy, he's back to his old self. He's like, "Hey, are we ready to go do some stuff?"
I forgot we're in this nightmare.
Hey, I've slept in worse places. A cemetery's not really a good resting spot.
It really
Especially
depends.
Well, yeah, it depends if you're dead.
I completely forgot we were in this nightmare.
let us move on.
Right. I look over Solo.
Yes?
Are you hungry at all?
You see him like kind of like pecking at one of his rations. Oh, I'm a bit. I could probably mix some in with this.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Ready, everyone?
I'm ready.
Let's head out.
So, no killing goblins, just hobgoblin.
Yes, just hobgoblin.
And we have to be extra careful with the bugbear.
And we'll eventually have to deal with the dragon, too.
Exactly.
All right. Are we going up to this northern hallway to find the bugbear, or are we expecting him to come to us?
I remember that North Hallway is the right way to go. North Passageway is what Grenell said.
Yes, indeed.
I believe so.
All right, let's get going.
All right, let's go.
Kinnan's gonna not try to stealth up this part just to see what's around these corners.
There's more corners.
All right. Let's just real quickly verify that there's nobody over here.
There is no one that you notice.
All right, fair. Peeking around this corner.
So it extends down. There are two doors. one at the end that seems to be on a curve, and one that leads to the southern room. There is nothing else that is currently perceived.
Okay.
Darwin walks out in the center and just kind of stops and looks. Kind of freezing like a deer in headlights, just like, is there anything?
There's a certain darkness to the hallway, but there is nothing else to it.
Anybody got a torch?
Yes, I can take care of that for you. Kinna takes out just what looks like a stick. Like you could build a torch on it, but it's not actually a torch. And after a moment, it gives off light. As she casts the light cantrip on it.
All right, it light.
You know, folks, what are you guys? You know what? I have no idea what to say. I'm just trying to make conversation. Which door?
I'm trying to... Well... Remember what Grendel said? Keep heading north. She didn't really mention which door, though.
She did mention something about a door. Unfortunately, I was not paying attention at all at that portion of the conversation. I was kind of focused at that fire pit before we lit it. Kind of just looking at the embers or the charcoal, you know.
GM, mind if I roll a history check to remember?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Roll some dice.
Yeah, rolling some dice.
To your recollection, she said, go north to Alaska. Go north, the rush is on. Outside of that...
She said, I guess we keep heading north?
North is a wall. So I guess the door on the curve?
Well, let's give it a go. Can I roll a stealth while opening it?
You can go ahead and attempt to roll a stealth.
That'll be 11.
Okay, so you open the door. And you see a nice scene. And the official text.
Oh.
A circular shaft pierces the floor of this 40-foot diameter dome chamber. Dim violet light shines out of the shaft, revealing sickly white and gray vines that coat the walls of the shaft. The light is supplemented by 4 lit wall torches set equidistant around the periphery of the chamber. A crudely fashioned stone throne sits against the curve of the northwestern wall. A large iron chest serves as the throne's footstool. A sapling grows in a wide stone pot next to the throne, and my dog broke her new bed.
Oh no. That's the worst thing of all. Besides fighting these hobgoblins, so many. Don't walk in there. No.
Well, I'm not sure how
And
bad she failed their self-check.
yes, we just bought that. Everybody roll initiative. I will examine the destroyed dog bed later. It will probably be no more destroyed later than it is now.
Hopefully. Anyway, let's see. Initiative. I rolled the right thing, right? 7. Why can I never roll high on initiative?
17.
12.
The joys of puppyhood.
Man, I'm not tired, but I'm yawning.
And Kenna, what did you get? 19.
Kenna you always roll high for
No kidding.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Charizard.
Charizard indeed.
Charizard.
Yes, Charizard. Everybody Charizard.
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 Don't scream in my ear.
Charizard.
All right.
Charizard.
Kenna, you are first to act.
Has Bailiana told us what she sees in there?
Probably not.
Jesus.
Because she's trying to be stealthy.
Please. Yep. Only, I imagine the door creaked very loudly.
Yeah, and it might be able to be surmised that the cat is out of the proverbial bag.
As she looks at the hobgoblins with fear. Oh no.
Let's
Anna!
yes, my friend, yes, let's
I think we found him.
Intriguing.
Lando Glory?
Oh
As
no,
she
we're
gives-
definitely going for glory. There are 4 people in here I can kill.
Yeah.
A bolt of lightning-like energy is going to pass by. Bailiana's head as Kenna casts Witch Bolt.
Ooh. I think there's like a static electricity effect though, like her hair kind of etches towards it. Go ahead and roll to attack.
All right. We're going to go. I think I can only see Hobgoblin C from here.
You could probably see Dern as well.
You can probably see Dern. Let's go with Dern. I'll do Dern. How about 24?
Ollie on the. I think.
That hits. Yep.
I think Molly was first in the initiative.
That is 16 points of damage. And I can't hex at the same time, so no bonus actions. And I'm not going into the room yet.
All right, you delivered a very powerful hit to Dern though.
Oh yeah.
It is still connected, so there are still like live bolts of electricity connected to him.
Nice.
And he goes back in his chair and gasps. Bailiana.
Bailiana's just ducking.
Do you want to do anything?
Me?
Yep. Your next act.
Right. Right. Here goes everything. As she summoned Ice Knife and aim for 60 feet. Time to try to hit Derm. Let's see if anything hits. 23.
That hits.
Nice.
Time for damage. Does a 4 and 14.
How much damage?
There was the
I see 5 on the
5.
thing.
5. What?
In either case, that's enough to kill him as he's shocked back from the witch bolt, and a ice knife forms into his chest and slides down. And he falls back in his throne.
It happened again.
It's all right. It's all right. That's a bad guy.
Yeah, I still feel bad about it.
Well, that just means that you're human, I guess. Is that the right word? I don't think any of us are human.
Help. Or something.
Just means you're elven.
Right.
Bailiana, anything? Anything else?
I'm not sure if she could show intimidation towards the hobgoblins in the room.
They might thoroughly be intimidated already.
She just looks at them. If you don't want anything to happen, what that happened to you, like it happened to your leader, then back off.
Alright, Solo, you are next.
Okay. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do a full dash and just waste my movement or whatever in my action. I'm gonna run in the 40 feet to right here. And I'm gonna yell out in Goblin out loud. And I'm gonna try to essentially, I guess, like, this is gonna be like a persuasion in that sense. Be like, Goblins are unhappy with him, none of you guys. If you want an uprising of the goblins, keep doing what you're doing. Otherwise, the dragon is going to kill all of you and your family and your friends, all for that tree and the fruit. What are you gonna do with that information?
I missed part of that because of a child in my ear.
No, the goblins don't like him. They will uprise. However, you have an alternate problem of the dragon that's a couple rooms over that's trying to steal your fruit trees. And I think that if we all banded together, we could kill the dragon and maybe make a deal with the kobolds so you can live in here peacefully and no one fucks with your fruit.
Make a persuasion roll at disadvantage as you all just killed their leader.
That is a nat one.
You don't seem to be the most persuasive.
With the rest of my dash, I'm gonna move 20 feet back out of the room. That's okay, DM.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh wait, never mind. Bye. And I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, okay. So,
It's the end of my turn.
the Hobgoblin C runs over to you, Bailiana.
Wait, do I get a turn yet? I haven't done.
Your initiative,
that low?
your initiative is lower than theirs.
Oh.
That Hobgoblin will pull out a long sword and attempt to hit you with it. For a nat 1, which misses. And the other goblins are going to see if they can follow suit. He will come up. And he will pull out his long sword as well. He will attempt to hit the one that killed their leader for an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Take 8 points of slashing damage. And he's within 5 feet of an ally, so he kind of digs the sword in a little bit more. Take an additional 9 points of damage.
And she's down.
right.
As you see her,
Go on.
as you see her fall down, you can see the flowers at the end of her braid start to wilt slightly.
And as it wilts slightly, the Hobgoblin A will stand here and pull out a longbow, and he is going to fire above Baliana to Kenna. And Kenna, he'll miss with a 6, so an arrow flies by you. As he does, though, you see Gretel kind of reach up and touch him. And she will... Is that a save? She will do something against the Hobgoblin. Okay. Let's see if she hits. And 16. So she attempts to touch the Hobgoblin, but she can't quite find an opening on his armor to sneak her hand in. The Hobgoblin looks down at her, though, with a very angry look. And Darwin.
Darwin quickly runs in, rages. Give me a sec. Let me see, how can I do this? So he rages with an animalistic roar. He just charges in and just kind of, with one hand, slices. Okay, let me see. Am I able to use my Nick property with the rage?
Yeah, the Nick property just makes a the offhand attack as a part of your main action.
So, am I able to attack both of them at once?
You could attack. Yeah, you could attack one as your main attack, and then use the Nick to attack the other as the second attack with the light property.
I'm gonna do exactly like that. After his roar, he's just going to, kind of like how Anakin killed Dooku, but like with both of their heads.
All right, so make an attack for the first one. Is the first one against C or B?
Which one? The first one is against, who are you? C.
B is the one that knocked Baliana down.
Then it's against B. Alright, the first one is a hit of 6. So I don't think
that misses.
Alright, and then the second one is a 14, or 17, my bad, with the...
17 will not hit. You hit off against his armor.
Oh no. Am I can't do anything else, can I? Because if I can, I want to bite him, but I don't think I can.
You still have a bonus action. Give me half a second.
Alright. Yeah, Darwin is not happy. Let's just say that, to put it kindly.
Imagine not. One of his friends just got stabbed.
Yeah, to his knowledge, one of his friends just died in front of him.
Well, she's still noticeably breathing. You still have your bonus action. The Nick makes that as a part of the action to hit and use the second attack.
And then Darwin kind of just moves. Can he still move a bit?
Darwin hasn't moved, or if he has moved. If you move back from the hobgoblins, they can each take an attack of opportunity against you. You can't push through them.
What if he moves, just lunges at specifically one of them?
You won't be able to move through them with normal movement because they're like making a wall that you can't go through.
He doesn't really want to move past them. He wants to move on top of.
You could as an action, you could try to grapple them, but your action's already used up.
Yeah. Then he'll just bite Hobgoblin B. Yeah, just bite Hobgoblin B in the face. Or like more aiming towards the neck.
All right, go ahead and roll attack and mark off the feature.
That is a 15.
Does not hit.
Oh no. This is not good for Darwin. And I think because of that, would that still continue his rage? Because I know rage has to...
Yeah, as long as you attack somebody you don't have to hit, you just have to attack. Or use a bonus action to continue it. 2 questions, because we're running a little bit over. Kenna, are you good to finish out the fight, or should we call it here and pick up next week?
There are still 3 live hobgoblins and 1 downed Baliana, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm good to finish the fight, but I'll have to be done as soon as we're done it.
Okay, it is your turn.
Dern is dead, correct?
Yes, Dern is dead. Your witch bolt would have disconnected.
Okay. Does 24 witch bolt?
Does it transfer?
I'm trying to figure that out.
I don't believe it does. So
I don't think
you would need to make another attack. The good thing about Witch Bolt is that even if you miss the initial attack, it still connects. And you get to cause the extra damage on subsequent turns. I don't think that it can jump to other creatures once that creature is dead.
No, there's nothing in the spell that says it can. Unfortunately, I only get 1 Witch Bolt a day. So, Rivens. Baliana and Darwin are in the middle of this. Is there space between those 2 hobgoblins?
No, they're more or less forming a wall. They're each occupying that space between them. There's not a good space to push through without an action to kind of push through.
All right, then we will use one of the spell slots that I have per day to cast Hex on Hobgoblin B.
Okay, so you are bringing Hexy back.
Yeah, I'm bringing Hexy back.
Hey, no singing. I'm the bard.
All right, Hex is a bonus action, so...
Hex is a bonus action. We're going to hit him with the Booming Blade spear again. So we attack with the... Oh, the stupid spear!
Does not hit.
Nope, it doesn't.
You're safe. She was saying about her god.
Which one is Hex
Spear
again? Is C or B Hex?
B is hexed, and just sorry, just let me look up what the text is for 24 hex. Let's say disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
And I don't think I've hit with the spear yet today.
Nope.
It's a bad day
I'm
for
upset.
rolls.
Yeah.
The Sky Spear is angry with me. I don't even really believe in the Sky Spear, but I think the Sky Spear is angry with me.
I think
Oh,
so
no.
too.
The Sky Spear was angry that day, my friends.
This, I've rolled 3 nat 1s on this spear. I am upset.
Your god is angry with you?
Bailiana, please make a death saving throw.
Wait a minute, what about Solo?
He goes after you.
Alright.
We can make him make death savings too, though.
God damn it.
1 fail.
Her flowers, her hair is starting to wilt.
And Solo.
So I was gonna run on up here, and you're an elf, Bailiana?
Yep.
She's an
Eladrin.
Eladrin specifically.
Eladrin is gonna kind of like squat down because being a halfling, everything is gonna like kind of like put his hand like on your forehead, and there's gonna be like a warmth that's gonna kind of spread through you as I do spare the dying, and you now have 1 hit point.
To spare the dying, give her a hit point or just stabilize her.
I think it's stabilizes or gives a hit point. It used to become
stabilizes.
stable.
It just she has 0. She just doesn't make death throws.
Okay, well there you go. You're at least stable, but you feel a sense of warmth that you don't have to save yourself from death anymore. And that's gonna be it for my turn.
All right, and thus goes the enemy.
Oh no, I feel like I'm about to get in very much a lot of pain.
Everybody's bunched up at the door. So Hobgoblin C will go for. He's gonna go for you, Darwin,
Of course.
because you feel the pain coming. It's coming
Yep.
round the bend.
Darwin-
16 to hit.
Psychic. Darwin's psychic.
Okay, so he's gonna hit you. And he's got both hands on this sword as he does. So he kind of puts his shield off to the side, and he'll do 7 points of slashing damage. And just as he did before, you will see him the other one did, you'll see him push through and add a little bit more insult to injury for 4 extra damage. The Hobgoblin B, who is currently hexed, will attempt to hit Kenna. For an 18. His shield is up. He hits you with 9 max damage. 9 points of damage. And he will push through for an additional 9 points of damage. And Hobgoblin A in the back will test his aim. No, Hobgoblin A is going to hit at Gretel. And does so. Gretel is severely cut into, but she is not knocked out. And Gretel will very openly put her hand on this goblin. And as she does, inflict wounds is 3d10. 2, 3. The hobgoblin that she touches falls over dead as you can see his skin start to blacken, and he actually falls into the pit as he falls down. Your little goblin friend is decently hurt though. And Darwin, you're next to go.
So I have a plan. I'm gonna walk you through it, and I want your thoughts. I want to use Vicious Mockery on Hobgoblin B, bite him, or try to push him and bite him at the same time. Would that be allowed?
So pushing is an unarmed attack and is a full action. It also triggers a saving throw. Biting without using the feature is an action of itself.
Oh, I mean with the feature, using up my last spot of it.
So using the feature primarily just makes the bite a bonus action.
Yes, exactly what I want to do.
But it doesn't have a pushing effect to it.
I know. I want to kind of like push or tackle him and bite and just. I kind of want to try to push him and bite him at the same time and push him in the hole after saying something insulting.
You can try to push him and see if you can get him to fall down the hole, but you wouldn't be able to bite him as well.
All right, I'm going to use Vicious Mockery. Wait, does that count as an action?
Vicious Mockery is an action, yes.
All right, then I'm going with the original plan. He's going to say, I'm going to feast on your flesh as Vicious Mockery to Goblin B.
Okay, so he'll do a Wisdom saving throw. And he succeeds, so he's not going to take any damage from your mockery. He just goes,
And then, oh no, I'm rethinking this.
You can still use your bite feature.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that that would help him out with the bite. But I don't think it will, but... Darwin's still hopped up on Angry Juice, and he's just gonna bite him again.
Alright, go ahead and bite and mark off the feature.
Okay, or the, what you calls it, the maw or something. Where's the roll? Not to do, it is it a hit? It's a 19.
That hits.
Or a 22 actually, either way it hits.
That hits.
And then the bite is 7 points of damage.
Alright, you tear out a chunk of flesh and you just see like blood pouring out of it as he's just kind of bares his teeth.
Darwin just like gives out like a little animalistic hiss.
With this thin skin in your mouth.
Yep. And then are they still very close together?
They are still right next to each other, yeah. They've kind of been attacking as a unit. That's how they've trained.
Darwin's gonna walk behind Kinna and then end his turn.
As you can step away, but they're each going to swing at you if you do. So when you step out of their range, it triggers an opportunity attack, which they will take. You have to.
You know what? Darwin's just gonna stay where he is.
Okay, Kenna.
Let's go with the spear again. It's been so effective so far.
This is against B, right?
It is going great.
B.
All right.
Yep. So,
At 20.
we attack B.
Not 20, not 20.
I got a 10.
It's better.
That does not hit, though.
Does
Better
not
though.
hit.
Is it better if it doesn't hit?
No. But it feels better.
It's the moral victories in the game that matter.
It is the moral victories that matter. I've used my only bonus action with Hex, so I got nothing. All right, my turn is done.
Okay, Bailiana. So I know you're stable. I still like to have you roll a d20. If you get a 20, you're back on your feet. If you get a 1, you're back to your death saves. Just so you keep rolling. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Okie dokies. Oof.
Nothing happens. Not a fail, not a success. Solo.
Solo is going to knock up an arrow But he's going to whisper something onto the arrow mark as he pulls it back, and he's going to let off with an arrow as well as trying to he's going to kind of like whisper something, and he's gonna point at the hobgoblin that's hexed, and a small little mark might appear on his forehead, and I put Hunter's Mark on him, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack with my short bow. Fuck that shit, dude. God damn it.
7 does not hit.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that, yeah, okay, but, yeah, so I just deal extra damage with it. Okay, so never mind, I was just making sure no one else got any extra benefits from it, and that'll be the very end of my very disappointing turn.
Alright, and the next people to disappoint. Hobgoblin B will swing at the person who bit him. He's got to do it one-handed, keep his shield up. So Darwin, he misses you with a nat 1 as his pain just kind of throbs and he can't hit you. And Hobgoblin C is going to do the same thing at Darwin. Darwin does a 14 hit.
What is it? My armor?
Your AC. So if your AC is 14, so he hit it. So he hits your AC. Are you raging, by the way?
I'm raging.
Alright, make sure you cut these in half. So he's going to do 4 points of damage with that, cut down to 2. And he will also push through with his martial advantage as he has an ally right there with him. Take an additional 5 points of damage on top of that. That's already halved down from the 11. And Darwin, it's your turn.
So that would be 7 damage, just to be clear.
Yes.
Oh no. That leaves me at 3.
Yep.
It is your turn.
I know. That changes my plans a lot, though.
You did say you have cure wounds.
Yeah, but I feel like at this point, Darwin would rather heal you than him, which was the plan. But now I don't know if that's a good idea.
No Baleon will want you to live. Same with the rest of you.
I think Darwin is going to...
You want to try and pull King out, and we'll...
I have a question.
Or pull,
Do spells themselves count as actions?
It depends on the spell. Most spells do count as actions. So cure wounds would be one action.
Well, what about the cantrip Mage Hand? Because I know it can attack.
Mage Hand would also be an action. It can only hold about 10 pounds of weight.
Yeah,
Yep.
my plan. Darwin actually would be too focused on the fight. He is going to he's going to attack the hobgoblin he bit twice with scimitars. So first one is on 12.
Does not hit.
Second one is 22.
That will hit, but because it's the second attack, we're not going to add your proficiency to it. So go ahead and roll, and then we're going to subtract out the the +1 modifier. Sorry. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, damage. Okay, that's That one is a 7.
All right, and that's against B, correct?
Is that yes?
Okay, so as you push,
Whoever I bit last turn, which was B.
that's me. So as you push through and miss, you turn the blade back and kind of bring it backwards on the backside of his neck, which is more than he can stand as he falls down dead.
And he just once again lets out his battle cry like roar, just like, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to hurt my throat. But he just, no, I'm gonna do it. He just goes.
Hobgoblin C looks down at his dead friend and just shakes his head. And anything else?
Darwin just kind of suddenly feels how hurt he really is, and he just kind of closes his eyes, ready.
You are hurt. And I'm gonna have Grenell make a short bow attack here. Grenell attacks a hobgoblin and it misses. You see an arrow stick into the wall behind him, or above you guys actually. And Kenna, one remains.
Well, maybe a bonus action to swap Hex over to Hobgoblin C.
Okay. Still strength.
Sorry?
Still strength.
I don't think I can change it when I swap it. I think it's always got to be strength.
All right, that sounds good to me.
And then I'm going to hit him with the spear.
Nuh-uh.
Jesus Christ.
Nuh-uh.
The spear says, not today.
Okay. Yeah, that does it for your turn. Unless you want to move.
Is Bailiana like still on the floor?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's currently stable. She has a 5% chance to go either way, though.
Yep.
All right. Can I step in front, like kind of step over her, and make sure that I've got Hobgoblin B's attention?
Yeah, sure thing. Bailiana, roll a d20 for me.
Oh, jeez.
Get a 20, you're back on your feet.
Oh,
Nope.
10.
Nothing either way. Solo. Yippee.
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 I'm here, sorry. My turn?
Yep,
Yep,
one
yep.
hobgoblin remains.
I'm gonna sidestep over here, and I'm gonna let off a shot with my short bow at the Hobgoblin C.
Okay, 16.
16 to hit.
Nope, 16 misses. It
Alright,
flies by.
that's the end of my turn.
Alright. And, he goes next, and you have his attention, Kenna, so he will try to hit you. He goes two-handed for the swing. 17 to hit,
Yep, that hits.
and he will deal 9 points of damage, but he can't push it in without his friend to help. That sounds so weird.
Yep.
And Grenell will make another attack against him and miss. Second arrow flies into the wall. Darwin.
Alright, I'm thinking of something real quick. No, it doesn't change anything. Darwin's just going to use, where is it? Where's my spells? There's my spells. He's just going to use Cure Wounds on himself, so he doesn't die. 18.
Give yourself. They could put you back at full health.
Yay!
Yay!
Give yourself 18.
That is just insanely lucky, and then I'll go ahead and use the spell slot.
Yep, you cast it, use the spell slot. If you want to keep raging, you can do so at the cost of your bonus action.
I think can as some kind I'm tempted to just let the rage go through, but I don't know how much health the hobgoblin. I'm at full health. Yeah, I'm gonna let the rage just run out.
All right, your rage fades. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action? Is there anything you can do with your bonus action?
I don't know. Let's find out if we can do anything with the bonus action, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's find out.
Let's see.
Let's play the fuck around, find out.
I
don't think there is. Are you sure you don't want to use it to extend the rage?
I could use Bardic Inspiration,
You can give Bardic Inspiration to one of your allies.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Bardic Inspiration to Kenna.
Alright, Kenna, you have a d6 of Bardic Inspiration, and that takes us to Kenna.
Yay.
Guess what, Mr. Hobgoblin C or B or whoever you are?
It's the sea they love.
Yep.
Yeah. I seek glory for the Sky Spear! Does a 17 hit?
No, but you do have Bardic Inspiration should you want to use it.
That's a D6 right now, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep, go ahead, use it.
That's a 23.
That hits.
Yay!
Hooray! All right, so 5 points of damage off the spear hit.
And you get additional necrotic damage.
Additional necrotic damage for Hex. Let me just find that.
I believe it's a D6.
I think it is too.
Yeah, one 1d6.
Yeah. So 4 points of damage added on top of that. He is also pushed 10 feet away from me.
Would you like to push him towards the hole?
No.
All right, he goes that way.
Now, because I use Booming Blade, he is wreathed in thunderous energy, and if he moves, he takes another D8 of damage.
Okay, Bailiana, it is your turn.
Let me roll the D20 to see if I'm stable or not. Because right now I am in the middle, like you said. Right?
Yep, you're just you're stable, but let's see if we can get you up or if you need to go back to a bad state. So roll a D20. Nothing either way. Solo.
Oh.
He is still alive?
He is the last one left alive.
I'm gonna go ahead and Hunter's Mark his ass and try to shoot with my short bow.
Okay.
15 doesn't hit.
It does
Otherwise
not.
it's my turn. Never mind. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, roll to see how much damage he takes as he gets up. It starts to head towards you.
Geez, let him explode like
what
the rat.
am I rolling?
Nope, it's one of the features for Kenna's attack.
I think they said it was a D8 kid.
Yeah, yep, Kenna roll a D8.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Here comes.
Please explode like the rat, that'd be so funny.
6.
And he explodes much like the rat with his chest and body just kind of going out, and the remains of him collapse on the ground. And that is where we're going to call it tonight. Thank you all for going over.
Awesome.
That was wonderful. Kina watches him explode and just starts beating against her chest with her spear in her hand. Sky Spear! Sky Spear!
Okay.
All the while, Bailey
Yep.
is on the ground.
We will explore what happens next week as there is a big gaping hole in the middle of the room.
And yeah, that sounds. I'm
Have
gonna
a good
say
week, you guys.
Darwin
Thank you,
did good
DM.
today. Darwin did good.
Darwin did very good.
And next time we'll see if Meliana survives this.
All right, guys. I am going to see how bad the puppies were.
All right, and I'm going to.